Welcome to TV9 Digital. I'm Neha. A move which will surprise none. Pakistan's cabinet on Thursday rejected the Economic Coordination Council's decision to allow the import of sugar and cotton from India. On Wednesday, the finance minister of Pakistan had said that the country had decided to restart trade with India via private traders for up to 5 lakh tons of sugar. In our neighbouring country, India, the prices of sugar are much less as compared to Pakistan. So we've decided to reopen sugar trade with India for up to 0.5 million tons for the private sector, quote unquote, Pakistan's finance minister Hamad Azhar. The news regarding the rejection of the proposal was reported in the Pakistan media. Pakistan decided to scrap all trade ties in 2019 after Article 370 of India's constitution, which accorded special status to the erstwhile state of Jammu and Kashmir, was annulled. What's surprising is that literally nothing moves in Pakistan without the army's nod, and the Pak Prime Minister very conveniently appears to have overlooked the army and ignored the interests of nation's people. There is a lot more to it, and to discuss the same, I spoke to Ambassador Vishnu Prakash a short while ago. My first question to you would be, sir, Pakistan has now taken a U-turn after initially agreeing to import sugar and cotton from India. And it seems like, we are far from having a normal relations with our neighbor.
Well, there'll be many turns. There'll be a U-turn, there'll be an 8 turn, there'll be a V-turn, so that is very much reflective of the character of the relationship. In the last 70 years, we have had many false starts, we have had many hiccups, we have had 3 conflicts, and it's not for nothing that we have had it, because Pakistan has been trying to create an identity of not India. And in the process, they have taken decisions which may not be in their best interest, but the attitude that they have has compelled them to do that. And that is our whole problem, because not only that, in pursuance of their objective, they have created a terror infrastructure. So that's precisely why we say that we are willing to talk, we are willing to normalize the relationship so long as there's a terror-free environment.
But what really made Pakistan reverse its decision? Any particular reason that you could really see?
Being Pakistan.
Well, Imran in his letter to Prime Minister Narendra Modi quite explicitly said that resolution of Jammu and Kashmir is the only way for enduring peace in the subcontinent. What is your take on regarding the rigid position that both the countries have taken on Kashmir?
Well, I think that I believe that our position is very clear. It is based on a legal fact, historical fact, that Jammu and Kashmir acceded to India. And now that the Article 370 has been amended, it is very much an integral part of India. So that is where Jammu and Kashmir stands. As far as Pakistan is concerned, they have an obsession with Kashmir, and they have done that basically to create a huge issue, to show that they are, premised on the two-nation theory, and the fact that Muslim majority area should go to Pakistan, not realizing that the world has changed. Even they could not even retain East Pakistan, which is now a flourishing democracy called Bangladesh. So that is the problem, and I also do not believe that if the Kashmir issue is resolved, that will normalize relations. Our friends will come up with something else. Without getting into details, let me just briefly illustrate the Indus Water Treaty. In the history of the world, there is no treaty which is so generous as the Indus Water Treaty. And yet they have been finding faults, yet they have been demanding more. That unfortunately is the nature of our adversary, our neighbor, because unless they understand that it is only being a good neighbor that they can start developing, that they can normalize relations, they will not be able to walk the path or walk the talk. For that, they have to change their attitude. They have to go back to the people, explain to the people, gently, slowly, that development comes first, not the other things that they have been harping upon.
Right. Should India now entertain any sort of trade ties with Pakistan given its flip-flops?
No. You see, our vision is very clear. We have not stopped trade. We are all for normalizing relations. Our red line is only one, that the atmosphere should be terror-free. It is for Pakistan to decide when it is ready, when it can understand that the path that they have chosen is going to be with not going to deliver. I mean, look at the situation that they are in. If they do not understand it now, I think it may be too late.
All right. Lastly, Ambassador, we all know that nothing really moves in Pakistan without army's go ahead. The Economic Council also wouldn't have, taken this decision without the nod from the GHQ. So, are we to understand that even army's diktat is not being followed in Pakistan now?
There are many wheels, there are many layers of decision making. Even the army is not a monolithical establishment. The core commanders have a role to play. And it is believed that when President Musharraf had initiated the peace dialogue with India, the core commanders were not on board. Then the jihadi groups. Then there are the political groups. I mean, you see, if you have nurtured hatred against India for so long, it is not going to be drained overnight. So, but it is not for us, it is for them to sort out their mess. They have created it. They should sort out. All that we have to tell them is that if they walk the talk, they will not find a better partner than India.
It does appear that Pakistan's obsession with Jammu and Kashmir has clouded its ability to think of the welfare of its people. This move comes even after Prime Minister Imran Khan had expressed his desire for normal ties with India. Many thanks for watching. If at all you've liked the information that I've shared, do not forget to subscribe to TV9 Digital across all social media platforms. Stay safe.